Within your REI Sift account, this is going to be where you actually manage your data, create your campaigns, uh, any records that you receive. If you're pulling from other sources, like you're pulling county data or another data provider, you'll want to upload into REI Sift first because that's going to allow you to see who's been skip traced, who hasn't been skip traced. So instead of like just sending directly a list directly to skip tracing, upload here first. If we have the owner information that's already in your account from a previous upload where you've already skip traced, then we are going to populate those phone numbers on that record. So that's why it's always best to upload to REISIF first. Once you upload the records, you will be able to view them from the records page here. And this is where you'll actually build your campaigns and do your prospecting. We have many different filters that you can use to niche down into your data. And if you're a DataFlick predictive AI customer, we also have filters for that investor scoring. So for example, if you wanted to only target people that were, let's say 70 to 100, you'd be able to filter for those and narrow down your campaigns even further. With our DataFlick data, when you send it through the integration, we're also, all of those distressors that I showed in the slideshow, we're also going to add lists for any relevant distressors like pre-foreclosures, probates, tax delinquent, anything like that. So those lists get automatically added to your records. And then if you wanted to target a specific list, you'd be able to filter by the list here. Or if you wanted to create a stacked campaign, you can filter by list stacking, and maybe you want to do like a minimum of 4 um, to niche down into your campaigns even further. We also tag by when it was purchased, so we tag by the week and the month purchased. If you wanted to be able to see just the new records that are added that week or month, you'd be able to filter using our tags filters by including and excluding those certain tags. And then that's also going to allow you to see like what fell off from the previous month as well. Your account is going to come with these filters for My Tasks, Lead Management, Acquisitions, and Transactions. And all of these are centered around tasks. So if you create, under the My Tasks section, if you create tasks for any of your team members, you'll all be able to use the same filter. So if I wanted to see tasks that were due today for me, I'd be able to apply that filter here. And whoever's doing the filtering, it's going to show their specific task. We also broke it down by lead management, acquisitions, and transactions. That way, each of those teams can prioritize the tasks that they need to work on. You can also set custom filter presets for your marketing strategy. So, for example, if you only do cold calling, you can set up filter presets for that. If you only do direct mail, you can have a direct mail folder, include those presets. This one that I've created here is like our farm area, so this would be our favorite zip codes, and these are actually like the top zip codes for this area from the DataFlick data. So we're including those top zip codes, and this would be records that are ready to call. So that means they've already been skip traced and have phone numbers. We don't have any property statuses. We want to exclude those because if we did have a property status, that means we've already reached them in a previous attempt. So this allows us to see who needs to be marketed to next. So from here, if you're using our click-to-call dialer, you'll be able to just open up the record, call through each of the numbers, mark the phone numbers, and update the property status. And when you update the property status to new lead, that is going to kick off those automations to then transfer the record into SIFLine where you can process through. And like if I open up one of these records, we can see that those call new lead tasks were automatically added to the record. And then when you move it through the board, let's say it becomes a cold lead, it's going to set up a task for following up with that cold lead. And then each time you move it through the board, there's going to be additional automations that kick off. So if I were to move this into send to acquisitions, then it's automatically going to transfer um, to that acquisitions board to be able to process through to closing. We also have some basic boards for the exit strategies, the most popular exit strategies. So once it becomes a deal on your side, you're able to process through wholesaling, flips, and rentals. These are also customizable. So if you have any other specific um, exit strategies that you do that you don't see here, you can always create a custom board with those and map out those phases. We also have a direct mail built in, so if you want to send a direct mail directly through your account, you're able to do that. When you send mail through REI Sift, we automatically calculate the direct mail attempts for you. So we're going to add that direct mail attempt, and we're also going to add the last direct mail date. And that makes it really easy to come in here and see who needs to be mailed first and who would need a follow-up mail. That's going to be our mail rehash here. So this would be anybody that has already been mailed once. If you're mailing monthly, you're able to set up these filters for the dates. So we can look for any mail that was sent the previous month to send for the next one. We're also going to automatically track your mail statuses. So for if a mail is returned or if it's undeliverable, we automatically track and update that for you, and you're able to exclude those in the next mailing campaigns. With REI Sift, you're able to track all your marketing attempts. Of course, you can see who you are reaching, but a really big benefit of the way that we manage phone numbers and the property statuses and track everything is it also allows you to see who you're never reaching. So for those records um, that you call through and they have like all wrong or dead numbers, there's no possible way to reach them by phone. You're able to see that in REISIF. That way you can deep prospect them. So if they've only been skip traced once, these might be a good candidate to skip trace in another location. If you've already skip traced twice and you still don't have the information, that would be when you want to do that deeper research to be able to find those owners. So that might look like searching for them on social media. Um, if you have no phone numbers, but they don't have a vacant mailing address, that would be a good candidate to send mail to. As you're mailing, you're also going to eventually get some return mail. So with our automations, you're able to set up sequences that allow you to kind of help process through those. And I have created a return mail board here. So it's going to be a similar process as deep prospecting. You're going to want to do deeper research, gather numbers, call, gather social media, message on social media. If you're local to your market area, you can also door knock. We have several investors who will door knock. We've also had some that have even like scheduled like cookie deliveries and pizza deliveries to try to get in touch with people. And now I just want to show kind of like a basic sequence setup.